Aloha mai kako, e koma mai curtain call, a weekly program of reviews, previews, interviews, and features of and or with the great art and artists on Maui and beyond. I'm Paul James Brown. Before I begin, I need to make a correction. Last week, I misidentified the drummer for Little Shop of Horrors. It's Jacob Jerome, not Jason. I apologize for the error. Things are pretty crazy right now, and many are pessimistic about the future. Those of us from my generation particularly, because we know our future is rather limited. But I am here to tell you not to despair, because there is a wonderful, hardworking, talented, and caring younger generation on the horizon. Last week I went to see an original play written, produced, and directed by two Seabury students, Aviva Meisel and Turner Alston. Playwriting is the most difficult and enduring form of storytelling. Producing a play is a full-time job, and directing is a lifetime commitment. From Shakespeare to Moliere, and in modern times, Edward Albee, Howard Pinter, David Hare, Maria Irene Fornes, David Mamet, and Sam Shepard all wrote and directed their own shows. As you can see from this list, only the top people attempt this. But producing two, I found only 3 contemporary playwrights who have chosen this role, and I couldn't find any who played a part in another show while producing and directing their own. Enter Ms. Meisel and Master Alston. They both had major roles in Seabury's The Real Inspector Hound. Master Alston was the co-leader, and Ms. Meisel had a major featured role, all while preparing this complicated project to open the week after they closed The Real Inspector Hound. It's kind of like something Pro Arts production titan Lynn McCune would tackle. Their play is a fabulous mystery farce featuring teen actors from Baldwin, King Kekalike, and Haleakala Waldorf, as well as Seabury. Professor Carlisle, Kapono Goring, is leading a tour through an historical museum. As he brings the group into the next gallery, 4 of them, Robin, Bluebird Hymans, Quinn, Ruby Kingdon, Charlie, Parker Savage, and Alex, Noah McCann, break off from their others to pursue some adolescent mischief. They witness the theft of a key that once belonged to Alexander the Great, and we are off on a wild adventure. They go to the library to find out more information about the stolen key. The librarian, Alana Robolino, points them in the right direction. Intrigued by their discovery, they set off to get to the bottom of this mystery. They obtain a duplicate key from an uncle, Samuel Castillo, and witness the crooks, secret agents Benji Moscow, Kyla Durbin, Sophia Ross, Carmelita Galetto, and Jonathan Rocco Dahl, and the professor stowing the key. While the professor and Secret Agent 1 are discussing their next move, Alex crawls up to the case, steals the genuine key, and substitutes the fake one. They have successfully made the switch when Quinn drops the book, and they are discovered. But in the ensuing mayhem, only Quinn is captured. The friends head off on an odyssey that takes them to the airport, where a strange driver, Cyrus Hamalayan, drops them off. Then over to Paris, Greece, across the Mediterranean on a pirate-like ship captained by Elias, Sasha Meisel, and on to Egypt, and an exciting, unexpected conclusion, like all good mysteries. The young people, who apparently have no money, use their connections and inventiveness to travel halfway around the world with creativity, a hefty dose of deus ex machina, and remarkable coincidences. Ms. Meisel and Master Alston have brought together a talented, eclectic group of actors and told their story in a funny, exciting, and well-organized production. There were many scene changes, and Eliana Moore, as the lead set designer, who was assisted by Laura and John Meisel, Amy and Rob Alston, Aaliyah Pelletier, and Nathan and Laura Moore, get the credit for providing settings that worked, looked good, and were able to be rapidly changed, so there was no break in the action. The play came in at just under 1 hour. The projections were particularly well done. All of the cast worked like a well-oiled machine. Kapono Goring hid his nefarious true self and then revealed his conniving evil character most effectively. Noah McCann was a strong leader and good friend to all. Ruby Kingdon follows up her marvelous Eva in Snow Angel last year with this spunky, courageous character Quinn, who despite being in a life-threatening situation, refuses to name names. Alana Robolino's librarian was pert, resourceful, and smart. Parker Savage has a great time in the sword fight with Sasha Meisel, whose Elias came from another era. Bluebird Hammonds was a willing part of the cohort trying to get to the bottom of Alexander's Key. Cyrus Himalayan was a truly mysterious character who I don't believe anyone saw who he was or what he was up to until the end. Nice work. The secret agents all did their jobs with great efficiency. Also from Snow Angel was Rocco Dahl, who played a bow-tied Jonathan. Master Dahl has a fine stage presence. Playwriting is usually a rather solitary job, so the fact that Ms. Meisel and Master Alston wrote this together is a true revelation. There are numerous examples in musicals where one writes the music and the other the lyrics, but in a straight play, you have to go back to Shakespeare, who shared authorship with John Fletcher on Henry VIII and Noble Kinsman. In modern times, I haven't found any. So Ms. Meisel and Master Alston are in uncharted territories, but in some pretty good company. I asked Ms. Meisel and Master Alston to share their feelings about what they had accomplished. Ms. Meisel said, quote, "This project started off as quite literally a dream that I had, and it's thanks to all my friends and family that we were able to make it a reality. I used to put on little shows for my family, but this was completely different. It was amazing to see our words being spoken and our stories being told through these talented kids. I'm so grateful for all of them," unquote. And Master Alston concluded, quote, "I am so incredibly proud of the show we have put so much work and effort into this past month and a half, and I am so happy that we got such a talented cast to perform it, and we were able to put on such a great show that got so many people from across Maui to come together," unquote. These two conscientious creatives have named their company Act with Aloha. I cannot think of a more appropriate moniker. This was a fine piece of work they can be proud of. They brought together a cast of 17 with support of 25 youth and adults over a 6-week period, including faculty, family, and staff, and saw their voice and dreams come to reality. Barry Kawakami and his ubiquitous Wave of Harmony Foundation get the big mahalo as a prime sponsor for the show. The production was supervised by Matthew Hartwick, Julia Golding, Molly Shad, Laura Gherkin, Saeed Morandi, Sean LeBlanc, Danielle Emmerich, Micah L. Leventhal, and the fabulous Marsha Kelly. Mahalo nui loa to David Ward, Seabury's head of performing arts, for making the Ali'i Kuhonoa Creative Arts Center available for their use. Also help came from Todd Van Amberg and Peter Della Croce. It takes a village to put on a play, and they put together great support. I look forward to where these young people find themselves in the future. This is certainly an auspicious debut that portends great things to come. Congratulations to Ms. Meisel and Master Alston. These young people are the hope. I believe we can all rest easy with them at the helm in the not-too-distant future. Well, that's Curtain Call for this week. Mahalo nui loa for joining me. I'm Paul James Brown. Maui strong. Ahui ho.